This is the lead balloon prototype. A oversized, soft, organic, look, I don't love using the terms to describe shapes, but that's where we are. A soft, organic H shape, 80 grams plus. That's the kicker. That's the kicker. The idea behind this design was suggested by one of our Patreon members, and to create a playing yo-yo over 80 grams. So this guy is 61.1 by 46.65, 80.35 grams. So that's what the project is. That's the specs on it. I'm going to give my first impressions on it now. So if you are one of the 19 people that were able to get one of these protos, I'd suggest you stop the video here. Play the yo-yo first before hearing my impressions. I want you to play it, get your own impressions, and then listen to what I thought about it. 80 grams, it's a lot. I really embraced this challenge and wanted to see what it was like to try and design a yo-yo that didn't feel overly heavy on the string while weighing 80 grams. Did I achieve that? Not quite. 80 grams, like I just said, is a lot. It's heavy. You can feel the weight moving around on the string. It has a little bit of heft when it pops out of at the bottom of the throw when the string releases from the response completely, but not as much as what you would call a rock. Some of those heavy yo-yos that thunk on the end of the string. This is not this. This has a very unique characteristic where it has a lot of momentum, and you're going to get that with this weight, but it's not a dense momentum, and I don't have a great way to put this to words. Because of the size, you feel the size on the end of the string. It's not a dense momentum that you get with a heavier small yo-yo that we do tend to call a rock. This is not a rock. It's also not quite what I would classify as a balloon, as much as I tried with the name. It doesn't have the full float effect that you might get with like an Afterlife. That's almost 20 grams lighter. This really, outside of the size, it kind of has an old school feel to it, where some of those first yo-yos, as we started to get out of the 50 millimeter range, they were still popping in at 66, 67, 68 grams, and they were heavier on the string, but they were bigger yo-yos than we were used to. This is kind of what I throw into that category. This feels like it has a little more power and momentum than a lot of those old school stuff. But it's still very large and in charge, and it wants to keep moving. It's like one of those old cars. What were those old Lincolns? Once it's moving in a direction, it wants to keep going in that direction, and it even when it turns, it rocks, and it's like a soft, flowy movement. That's kind of how this feels. If you wanted to take it into some other terms and kind of try and translate it. So with those first impressions, I don't think I absolutely nailed what I was trying to do with this first pass at this size yo-yo. I do think it's possible. You're always going to get that heft though with it being so heavy, but I think if I popped up the diameter just maybe a couple millimeters, maybe bring out the width along with it, we could get it to feel more floaty, more balloony. And I think I can do it above the 80 grams. Increase the diameter, increase the width, possibly even decrease the mid-wall and increase the center weight to kind of get more of that weight to be in the center where you're not going to feel it quite as much. I don't know. I'm having a blast with it, which doesn't fully make sense because I like really light, agile yo-yos. I think it's just such a change of pace and out of my comfort zone, my box of design bubble or whatever you want to say. So I've just actually been having a lot of fun with this yo-yo. It's kind of a reminder that different playing yo-yos is one of the best things about this hobby. Yeah, they all do the same function, but they play so differently. It keeps things fresh and exciting and just, I don't know, keeps me loving it every single day. So that is the lead balloon prototype. That's my first impressions. I'm not sure where the journey goes next for the lead balloon. I want to see what all of the proto buyers think about it. I would like to try making it a hair bigger though.